To our webinar today on payment reapply. Today we are going to solely focus on this one wsTOOL payment reapply here today. Before we dive right in, I just want to let you know that this webinar is being recorded, and so after you should get a copy of the recording, either later today or tomorrow. And it'll also go up on our website as well as YouTube channel. So if you want to always go back or share with someone else, definitely please do that. I'm also joined here with Cheryl, and she is going to be monitoring our questions and chat window throughout our presentation here today. I believe we've set aside 30 minutes. However, I do not foresee us taking that much time. So please, if you have questions, want to walk through certain scenarios, please put those in the question or chat window, and we'll look at having those be addressed. So with that, let's talk about payment reapply. So today, as I said, we are going to just talk about this one wsTOOL, payment reapply, and talk about some of the benefits and see how you can use the product. So judging by kind of the number of people who've signed up today, I'm guessing that this is probably a scenario that people run into quite a bit. But payment reapply, when a payment amount has been applied to the wrong customer, payment reapply is going to help ease that process from one window where you can unapply, void, as well as create a new payment for the correct customer that you want to use. Okay, this tool was built pure for convenience, but also to lessen that stress level of when that mistake of that payment is made, that we can easily back it up and get you on correcting it much faster. Okay. So let's jump into the demo here. All right. So you should be seeing my GP screen here. All right. Okay. So let's just start out entering a cash receipt. We're going to get into this where nothing will be ordinary out of the process right now, but we'll dive in and let you know where payment reapply starts taking effect. All right. So here I've opened the cash receipt window, and I'm just going to shorten this so I can find it a little bit faster when we get there. Okay. So we'll pick a customer, okay, and we're going to enter, we'll say they paid us by check for $50. Go down to the checkbook ID, and here's our number. Okay. At this point, we're going to see, the distributions that you have set up for your accounts. Definitely what we'd expect here, the debit the cash and credit our receivable accounts here. Okay. Also in the same process, what we can do is Smart K9 has an invoice out there for $1,070. So let's apply this payment to this invoice. Okay. We'll hit OK. All right. So we are at payment 0318. Let's post that. Okay. At this point, obviously, nothing out of the ordinary here. Close this out. Here's our posting journals. Cancel out of those. Okay. So after we've now posted that payment, and now we realize, that payment was not for Smart K9. you know, it was for accurate printing or someone different here. Okay, so let's just go to our inquiry window here. We will go to Smart Canine, and here's that payment for that we just made here. We'll drill back into our document number here, and this is going to open up our cash receipt inquiry Zoom. So this is the part where we're going to really start seeing payment reapply take effect. Okay, so we realized this payment was not for Smart Canine. I'm going to go up to my additional button and hit back out document. This is where our payment reapply window comes up. As you will see that we've kind of centralized the help this process for you, where you are going to be able to unapply and void this payment. And then if you wish, you can create a new payment for the correct customer because the amount is correct, but we'll save you some keystrokes and not have to rekey that. All right, so here we'll pick our void date. We'll just leave it as today's date. The customer that we will put this to, let's just put this on accurate printing 101. I'm going to put it in a batch. Okay, and we have our document date. So it is as simple as I've just now voided and unapplied that payment. And now I'm going to create the new payment record. As you can see, we took PYMNT0318 and we put an A at the end. So it has a similar payment number. Okay. So now at this point, we've done it, and you can go ahead and you can process and apply that correct payment that was supposed to be for accurate printing to the correct invoice. So let's just close that. Let's just start here. Let's take a look first here at the inquiry here. All right. So this was the payment that was just voided. You can see that by the asterisks here. Okay. Now, if we just go back to our cash receipts, here is the one that we just made that it entered. You'll see those amounts, those distributions, you know, as you would expect to happen. And you can go ahead and, well, if we had an invoice, I should have had one there for you, sorry, where we can then apply. All right. So let me pause there. Do we have any questions at all thus far?
We do not have any questions in the question panel.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, one might be coming in. Hold on.
Oh, exciting.
All right, I do have a question, Brandon. If you do the void after the date of the deposit, how does that affect the bank reconciliation?
If we do the deposit date.
Yeah, if you do the void after the date of the deposit, how does it affect your bank reconciliation?
Good question. Let us look at that and then follow up. Unless you know off the top of your head, Cheryl.
Well, and it is a process question, so we'll probably respond to the asker and make sure we get the finer details.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Because it's okay, the dollar amount's not changing, so what went to the bank is still valid. It's just from a process perspective and making sure we have the right audit trail for the process. That's my question. So
yes.
yeah, you can follow up.
Yep, perfect. Will do. All right. Well, should we go through it one more time? It's a pretty straightforward tool. Obviously, you know, the payment amount is correct. We just happen to post that cash receipt to the wrong customer, and giving you the ability to kind of streamline and not have to bounce to different windows or create different documents if you need to unapply it, void it, and then make the new record. Okay. All right. So we'll just go through it here one more time. So back at the beginning, let's enter a excuse me, a receipt. This time we'll pick whensoft. All right, $25. Okay, have it for their checkbook. Don't audit my checkbook number here. It's not correct. Okay, here's our distributions as we suspect, as well as here are the invoices that we can apply that $25 to. Okay, so let's just pick this last one at the bottom for service 611. Okay, and post. All right, there's our posting journals. We'll cancel out of those. All right, so that payment for whensoft was incorrect. Okay, so let's find whensoft here in our inquiry window. It'll probably be here at the bottom. There's our $25. Okay, so at this point, we're going to drill back into this document link to open our cash receipts inquiry Zoom. Now, let's fire off payment reapply. We'll go to additional, back out document. Okay, at this point, we have also had, so you don't necessarily have to create the a new payment for a new customer. We do have people who just use this just so they can do the unapply and void right from here, as opposed to going, you know, to the unapply window and then posted transactions to void it, where we can just do that right here. But in here, let's go ahead. This time we'll make this payment for Smart K9. Okay, put it back in that same batch, and then let's get a few things done with a couple of clicks.
So excuse me, Brandon, since you're in that window, there's a few questions that have come in. I thought we'd stop right there and answer them.
Perfect.
One of them is, does the new record have to be saved to a batch?
Yes, because we are going to, you will need to pick the where it would be applied later on.
Okay, yeah, it's just creating it, right? So they can still edit.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, I got a few more. Do you want those now or do you want to wait?
Nope, let's keep on, let's make sure we get those addressed.
All right, so next one, our team uses the paid transaction removal. We then use the professional tools to make the payment open to reapply.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so in that scenario where you've done the paid transaction removal and then used the pistol tool RM on apply to bring them back to open, at that point, you could use the payment reapply process, our process here, to change the payment or from that point. I think that's what we're alluding to, right?
Yep, I think so too. Yep, bringing it back from history, right? Because paid transaction removal would send it there.
Mm-hmm.
and then giving that capability, yep, to then do the voiding of it and resending it to a different customer if need be. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. I got
Good
more,
question.
Brandon. I got more.
All right, excellent.
All right, next one. How would it work to unapply the payment on the same customer account to apply to a different invoice on the same account?
So say that again. Same
Yeah.
customer, different
Yeah.
invoice.
How would it work to unapply the payment on the same customer account to apply it to a different invoice on the same account? So I'm reading, so this is how I read it, Brandon. So I've applied it. Joe is my customer. I've
Mhm.
applied payment 100 to invoice 1, but
Mhm.
I need to apply it to a different invoice still within Joe's account. Which really, if it's still an open, you could go ahead and do that in the unapply window, in the apply
Yep,
window.
correct.
So that's,
But oops, we could test that one right through if we wanted to. Okay,
and
let's
if,
try it.
oh, yep, and we got that is what the Bailey's looking for. So that's correct. So
Oh, okay, excellent. All right, so that's a really good scenario there. Okay, so we payment amount's right, but we applied it to it's been posted, and we want to put it towards a different apply it towards a different invoice. So let's go ahead and we're going to take this payment. We're going to unapply it and void it. We will then create it. Oh, duplicate check number. Oh, shoot. Okay. When I did that, okay. Well, I did the, I happened to do a duplicate check there. So there is definitely some warnings for you in place to stop you. What we can do is we will go through that scenario to confirm how it works for you.
yeah, and that one I think, I mean, the unapply window within GP itself would also be an asset of you could just unapply it from invoice 2 if it was invoice 2 and apply it to invoice 1 if needed be, as long as everything's still in the open. Where again, if someone's
Right.
done paid transaction removal, again, that's a little different because it's in history already, then you would need to use the pistol tools to bring it back in
Yep.
order to do that. So, all right,
Yes.
let's see. I think I got one more, Brandon.
Okay.
Let's see. We tried to reapply a cash payment and it still showed the original payment on the job. We used the job billing reconcile and that didn't fix the total paid to the correct amount. Do you want me to talk about this one, Brandon?
Yes, please. Now that we're talking PITA Act.
Yeah, yep. And that's accurate, Debbie. You are correct. For today, it does not. And we are looking at that. Right now, it's only updating the GP tables. If you're using job costs, for example, there are additional tables in job costs that keep track of your payments as well. So when you enter cash receipts and apply them, there's actually apply records in job costs that aren't being updated. So we are actually taking a look at that this week. So we'll be back in touch with you.
Excellent. Well, those are all some really good questions.
All right, I'm just making sure we got them all. I believe we have. Brandon got through all of them.
Okay. Well, excellent. So really, thank you for all the questions. Certainly follow up with you individually to make sure that we get those. If you do think of questions afterwards, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask us that. We can certainly set up one-on-one time your scenarios and test those out to see if Payment Reapply is the right fit for you. Okay, and then just kind of as a reminder here, we do all of our recordings. We do make sure that we'll put them on our YouTube channel or link them right to our website here. So you are able to find all past recordings and do searches there right from our site. So please use that as a resource, or just ask us and we'll certainly help you out too. Okay. Cheryl, any closing thoughts from you?
Nope, that was good, Brandon. Thanks for sharing that. I think we got all the questions answered. And like you said, if there's additional questions or comments, please reach out to us and we'll get those answered for you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thank you for joining. Goodbye, everyone.